13 people dead, and the situation still remains incredibly unclear. What exactly happened at the Washington Navy Yard? We know the name of the shooter. We know the names of many of the victims, but not much else. And in the space where we don't know, in the face of these kinds of tragedies, is where we actually can learn a great deal about ourselves. Think about the following. When you first heard the news of the shooting, did you have an immediate sense of who was likely to be responsible? Did you have an image of who you thought did it? Did you feel personally vulnerable, even if you were far away? Did you have an impulse to protect someone who you love or care about, even if they weren't anywhere near the Navy Yards? These are the kind of questions that we have to think about if, in fact, we want to be safer in the future. In the face of the immediate aftermath of these tragedies, in the moments when what we don't know outstrips what we do know, that's when we can resist the temptation to gather the facts to prove what we already believe and look at ourselves and ask ourselves, who are we? What do we believe? Where can we figure out how to grow wiser and from that wisdom become safer? This is a moment when actually introspection can lead to genuine action, not simply harvesting the information that will prove what we already believe, as so many did within moments of the attack. Immediately, there was a sense of they did it. And when I asked someone who said that who they was, they said, well, you know. And I said, no, tell me. And the amazing thing is I had that conversation 4 different times in the course of the day. And everyone had a different they. Probably all of us have some theys. And all of us had some gut intuition and some immediate fears. I'm not even sure that's the problem. The problem is to confuse that gut response with the mindful, information-based approach that we need when it comes to keeping ourselves and our nation and our citizens safer. I hope that as more information comes out in the coming days, people don't simply look for the facts that confirm what they already believed, whether it was about the fact the shooter was ex-military, or whether it was about gun laws, or whether it's about the ineffectiveness of the government and its current security apparatus. Instead, look at yourself and ask what you need to learn, what new information we can take in, what new facts can be harvested out of this tragedy that will make it that much less likely to occur next time. If we do that, it won't bring back the dead. And I don't know that it'll bring much comfort to those who are suffering at their loss, or those who have been wounded and are suffering in hospital beds in Washington. But at the very least, if we're willing to do that, we might be able to make these kinds of attacks that much less likely in the future.